Welcome to TV Verse Podcast. This is Stephen, Laura, and my co-host is Chris.
What's up?
And this is gonna be a new podcast I created specifically for TV shows. And the first TV show we're gonna start with is Firefly. And we saw the first two episodes of Firefly, me and Chris. The first two episodes. The first one was a 3-part episode. It was Serenity, and then the second episode is Train Job.
Yeah.
Which that one's only 40 minutes. The rest
of them were only 40 minutes. Like 45 minutes.
Planet Serenity was like really super long. It was like an hour and a half. I'm like, geez.
Whedon likes his characters very fleshed out. So which but I mean, you want some like extra history on the show?
Yeah, you could give us some extra history.
I can kind of. All right, for anybody who hadn't seen it, basically it is a space spaghetti western about a group of thieves, a doctor and someone close to him, I guess you call him a monk, and a prostitute, which is a high-ranking caste in their world. Earth is gone, and humanity went out to planets. Basically, the largest empires to come out were the Chinese and the United States. And so it's kind of a Asian U.S. type environment. It goes, center of the Federation of the Alliance, planets are the rich ones. As you go out, you get more cheap, the poor's. And it's basically the Wild West in space. And it has one of the coolest ships that I would totally want to have, which is the Firefly class cargo ship Serenity. Joss Whedon, this is one of his projects after Buffy. Yeah, and it got canceled early because, well, Fox is very bright sometimes.
Yeah, they were going out of business until Disney bought them just recently, so.
Oh yeah. You're seeing that a lot, though. These big guys are coming in and just kind of dominate. Like Marvel Studios and the Marvel Universe movies have been majority of the largest box, until Avatar.
Yeah, which was owned by Fox.
It was Avatar. Yeah, it was Avatar who had that before it. And every Marvel movie is, like, the big ones have busted Avatar down.
Basically.
So, yeah. Like Mike Tyson punching a baby in a crib. I'm gonna get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good backstory on what Firefly is, I think.
Alright, so in the overall of what you've seen, who is your favorite character?
I don't know yet.
You don't even have so far.
No, I don't have it so far. I don't have a favorite character yet. I can't even think of who's my favorite character so far. I do have a character I don't like, though.
Who is that?
Malcolm.
You don't like Mal?
No, I think he's so much of a dick. But I can understand why he is that way, I think.
Just wait.
Cause,
and, yeah.
Well,
the first episode, actually, in Serenity, has one of my favorite all-time moments in TV history. It is one shot, and it's not even a minute long.
No.
The build-up is the part where the Sheppard, which is the monk, talks to Nara, who is what do they call him? My gosh, I should know this. What do they call him? Oh my god, I know this. The escorts.
What, the prostitute? You said the prostitute?
The prostitute.
She said that she's a companion, not a prostitute.
Companion. That's it. Dude, she has sex for money. What do you call that?
A prostitute, but she always tries to change the word, I noticed.
I mean, I was trying to remember what they were called, and I was having trouble. I mean, like, I just got finished watching The Train Job just so I could rewatch it, and it was fresh. I watched Serenity last night.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen it like
I
over
looked
10 times.
I looked in the IMDb because I had the IMDb on the page. Is Inara?
Anara, yeah. Kaylie, Malcolm, Anara.
There's Zoe.
Oh my God, Zoe, Wash. There's Kaylie, Simon. There's River.
And then there's
one.
Sheppard.
The Sheppard, which Ron Glass, he died. Oh, it's sad. And then Adam Baldwin's character.
Oh, Jane.
Jane. A man named Jane.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I wouldn't make fun of his name in front of him.
So.
But like, yeah, it's you can see how like it. I've actually played the tabletop role-playing game of this series, and the world is huge, and it's actually like. Okay, did you see what I was talking about on the first episode, where it's kind of like you got to kind of like rough through it?
What about the first episode? Like
a lot of people have trouble staying like focused.
Yeah, I had trouble staying focused. Like I only got to
kind of dumps so much on you.
Yes, it does, and like the only part that I remember like a lot of is after they meet up with Mark. I know the actor's name, Mark Sheppard. The guy who plays Crowley in Supernatural.
Yes. Oh, yes. I love Crowley. King of Hell.
Yeah. It's just so funny.
Sin Squirrel.
It's just so funny seeing him in Firefly because he's like so skinny there and young.
Yeah, he plays Badger. He's
Badger.
Marketer. He is a marketer of illegal jobs. And he plays that character very well. I'm a huge Supernatural fan. So,
yeah, me too.
But my wife got me into it. So, it's like, at first I was like, what no? And then she said, just do it. And I said, all right, you did it. Yeah, you did it for Doctor Who with me, and you did it for Firefly and all these other, all right, fine. Yeah, and then she got me watching Vampire Diaries.
Oh. The many spin-offs that CW keeps on making.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Badger talking about records, CW has so many spin-offs, it may well be a DJ.
Yeah, they do have a lot of spin-offs of.
But I like CW.
I like CW too.
Dude, they screw the DC movieverse. Just kill all that movie, except for the animated ones on DC, and just go CW. Just do that thing, man. Y'all are rocking that. But okay. Go ahead.
I was going to do the summary for the first episode.
I was about to start asking you some more questions on it.
All right, so that was the first episode summary, and I get it from Hulu just for the viewers. It says in desperate times, the crew of Serenity is transporting passengers to another planet, only to discover that one of them has smuggled something strange in their cargo. That's it.
That's it?
That's all it says. It's just
my God.
It's a terrible summary, but
they sell it so short. Like, wow.
But you get the gist of what's going on in the second half, but it's like forget what happens forget the backstory where Malcolm and Zoe is fighting the Alliance in the beginning.
Yeah.
They just totally disregard that.
The Brown Coat Alliance War.
Yeah. Because there is a backstory where Malcolm and Zoe, they fighting the Alliance, and the Alliance wins, and they take over the planet. Or is it
kind of like a whole intergalactic or space-bound Civil War type thing.
Yeah.
Except without the racism that we had in this country.
Yeah.
It wasn't built on racism. It actually was built on wanting to be separate and free from the large power of
Yeah, it's like
the collective government of the Alliance.
yeah, it's like taking over colonies, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I mean, it's like perfect example would be like big business today.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like your little mom and pop shop. You can either join us or be gone. So yeah, they're pretty. I mean, and they're pretty authoritarian style too.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm thinking, I'm not so sure, but I'm thinking the video game Borderlands has some influence of Firefly.
Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt, no doubt.
I didn't realize that until I started watching Firefly. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, it's all over it.
I could see the influence that Borderlands had from this show.
Oh yeah,
especially the music too.
I love Borderlands, dude. Like I love Borderlands.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Like, oh shit, this is where they get get everything from, like the influence, like.
Well, see, like a lot of people don't realize how much that show has influenced, pop culture and medias that they have taken in. And if anybody ever watches Castle, there's one point on a Halloween episode, if you've never watched Firefly, where he dresses up and he puts on his Mal costume, Mal Reynolds, and he like dresses up, he does the gun twirling and shit, walks out and his daughter sees him, and he's like, what? I'm a space cowboy. Weren't you that last year? And it's like, come on, get over it. It was like however many years ago, and they actually state how long the series it had been since the series ended. Like they have those kind of like little puns and jabs in there in Castle all the time, or had them, I should say. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was great. And Alan Tudyk, dude, oh my gosh, the dinosaur scene.
I saw that. He was playing with dinosaurs.
And we will call it this land. They're on a job, and he's just kind of like occupying himself, but they build up to this moment, and you're like, and then they're like showing him play with dinosaurs on the deck of the ship. He's the pilot, and he's just like playing with dinosaurs.
You know what's pretty interesting? Because I noticed when I saw the first episodes of Firefly, the acting is pretty bad, but these actors they don't do bad acting anymore. Like their acting has evolved from this show. Like,
well, but with like that kind of spaghetti western style, it fits.
Huh? What you say?
Like the kind of like the rough around the edges acting. Because if you ever go back and watch old style spaghetti westerns, like John Wayne and whatnot,
yeah,
the acting was pretty rough. Like it was pretty rough. Like there's a reason Clint Eastwood didn't talk for a long time in his movie, or barely talked. Yeah, but I mean, like, so it's kind of like an aesthetic thing too. Which Joss Whedon is huge on aesthetic.
It's just
and he's huge on like playing to the trope in a honoring way, not in a like hokey kind of what the why please God no why way.
And it's also interesting that most of these actors became voice actors after a while.
Oh yeah. Which Alan Tudyk, before that, one of the best things I saw him in was Death at a Funeral. The remake was crap.
Oh, don't even know what that is.
It's one of the greatest, like, newer British comedies. I love British TV, old and new.
Okay.
And, dude, it's great. It's got Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. It's got, there's a lot of people in there. I can't think of their names off the top, but there's a lot of people in there. You'd be like, oh, okay, I've seen them, and then there's some people in there that are like famous now, but weren't then, like Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like the biggest dwarf you've ever met. That's Thor. But, but he's a really established British comedian.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I love his comedy. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been around for a while.
I know he's on voice acting for Green Arrow and the Justice Games.
Yeah, he's a little bit of everywhere, man.
Yeah, and what I loved him in is he's Mr. Nobody in Doom Patrol, and that was oh my god, that's like one of his best roles ever, to be honest.
Him as Mr. Nobody and David Tennant as the Purple Man were two of my favorites.
Yeah,
dude, I'm in love with David Tennant, man.
Yeah, he does good in that too, and I know that he's Ludo in Star vs. Forces of Evil, and he's Danger Bolt in The Tick. That's the shows I've seen that has him.
Well, the role that got him to where he is was playing the Doctor on Doctor Who.
Oh,
he was the second Doctor after 2009, which I'd like us to do Doctor Who, because
I was talking about Alan Truyak, not David Tennant, but...
Oh, Alan Tennant, okay. I hadn't seen any of those, but, David Tennant's one of my favorite. I'm sorry, he got on my brain. I'm like, I gotta watch something with David Tennant in it.
Yeah, so
dude, I love him. He's a great actor, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen David Tennant in a lot of things yet. I've been missing out.
He's kind of shifting over from doing a lot of theater.
Mm-hmm.
He was really big theater guy, and then he got Doctor Who. And Alan Tudyk, well, he did some commercials as a kid, and then he kind of shifted over and did movie.
And I noticed the first time I saw Alan Tudyk was in that terrible show Powerless from NBC.
I watched it.
I watched DC
it, but
show.
I don't remember it.
He was he was Bruce Wayne's cousin, Van Wayne. It says here. It was oh god, that show was terrible.
I don't even remember it, man. I go by the Sherlock Holmes theory. I go by Addict theory. Your mind can only store so much. Just every once in a while, you gotta clean them cobwebs.
Yes.
I just go like, yep, bye bye. Oh, look, those books have mold on them. Boop.
And I found out it was K2SO from Rogue One, Star Wars. The robot.
Yeah. The wisecracking robot. Yes, he was. Oh man, he was great. That. Oh man,
he's done a lot of good roles, awesome. To be honest.
Oh yeah. He kind of reminds me of Hugh Laurie. I don't know if I know you know him from House. Everybody knows him from House.
Yeah, I just try to remember who he was.
But anybody who only knows him from House doesn't know he has been one of the biggest British comedian, like TV comedian ever.
Mm-hmm.
And like Monty Python style, like big. Him and, God, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I want to meet him so bad, now I can't remember his name. Man, names are just running away from me tonight, man.
It's okay.
Stephen Fry. Booyah! Stephen Fry. There we go.
Yeah.
I think I hit my head and don't remember it.
And,
let me ask.
Now, what's funny is that my boyfriend was also watching Firefly with me, and he noticed Gina Torres.
Yeah.
Who plays Zoe, because she's one of the characters in Destiny.
Yeah, she is.
And I was like, because I played that game, I was like, oh shit, I recognize her face when he mentioned it. She plays Akora, one of the Warlock Vanguard.
In the beginning of that series, she's one of the best. Well, of course, her and I'm not even going to try to say her name because it's not in front of me. So, Anara, the chick from Gotham, the doctor chick.
Yeah, I know. She's Leslie Tompkins in Gotham.
Yeah, them two were like two. Besides, Alan Tudyk, but them two were like one of the best even from the start. But all of them, after I guess about 3 episodes, they really, you could tell they really got comfortable with their characters.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like really good friends in real life too.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
They've got a movie called Con Man, or not movie, it's a show on Amazon, I think. And it's kind of like it's comedy, kind of over-exaggeration of their real life and doing cons and stuff. Great show. But like you could tell they kind of all get more comfortable and their acting just like starts exponentially going.
Yeah.
That still makes me so sad.
And I remember Nathan Fillion did play, I think he did play Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and something.
He voiced him in one of the DC animateds.
Yeah, that's what I remembered.
He's done, like, he pops up everywhere.
Yeah, he does. He's also Cade in Destiny. Cade 6. Yeah, he's also in Destiny as well.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
Like, he does DC movies. I know that he had a show that I think recently got canceled, which was a good show, The Rookie.
No, I never saw that show.
Older guy goes in to the police force as a rookie.
Oh.
Like, way older than the average rookie. So, you know, it's kind of like old man joins the force, and it's really good. What else did he did? Castle for a long.
Yeah, I see it says Castle here. I didn't see that show, but I heard of it.
Watch it for a few seasons. It's really good, but then it just kind of gets repetitive. Like Lucifer, I loved Lucifer.
I love Lucifer too.
But and then after a while, you know, you're just kind of like, oh, I know what'll happen. And I have this really bad knack for being able to like point out formula and figure all the stuff out. You know, my wife just finally shut up and just like, fine, okay, you're gonna be able to tell me what happens anyway. So it's like, it's crazy. But
yeah.
So what did you think? What did you think of the world building in that show?
For the first 2 episodes? I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. I'd like to know more.
And what's your reputation?
You know why I know? Because when I saw Summer Glau and see her act as River Tam, I noticed it's like, God damn it, that means she was typecast in Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yes, she was.
Because she plays the same kind of character in that show.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, that means she got typecast in that show, Sarah Connor Chronicles.
They're like, who do we need? Well, we need someone like River Tam. We'll just get her to bring her over here. Okay.
It was so funny.
Oh, man. And dude, her character later on really just pops out. It's like you're about to be in for a wild ride.
Yeah.
Like my favorite character is Mal.
Oh, sorry, I hate him.
I'm willing to bet you will change your mind.
Okay.
By the end of Objects in Space, which is the last episode, I guarantee you'll change. I'm quite sure you will before then, but I can guarantee you. But
hello?
The way Nathan Fillion he plays him to that character. Like he just naturally becomes that character. Once you get to know the character a little more, you're gonna be like, yeah, that was it right there.
Oh.
I'm telling you. The key character, I mean, I love Jane, but he's also the one for the most, if they were like one person had to leave the island, I'd be like, yeah, Jane, see you later. You know, you have been voted off the island. You are the weakest link. Don't come back.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, River gets pretty, out there.
Okay.
But, you know, you see how she is.
Mm-hmm.
And one big thing about the show that I loved is it shows you, it actually, you know, it's funny and it's got its little drama, but it really does show you a good side of people who have a traumatic event and really do struggle with PTSD too, if you really look into writing and the character acting and the substance of it.
All right.
And that's like that's, I don't know, I really liked how everything comes together. But in the beginning, everything just seems so scattered.
Okay.
Like, and that, he had that's
I just
like think,
no, I just find it weird that the Serenity episode was aired later. I found out, and it's just like
they aired them all kinds of out of order.
and it's just like, wouldn't someone who watches the show on TV would be lost if they didn't see this episode?
That's exactly what happened. Like, Joss Whedon is a very like the theme song. Joss Whedon wrote the music and the lyrics to that song. You could go on YouTube and hear him acoustically singing and playing.
Oh, that's him singing?
He wrote it. No, that's not him. They got someone else to do it, but you can look it up, Joss Whedon Firefly theme, and that's him on guitar and singing.
Oh.
Like acoustic style.
I gotta check that out then.
It's pretty good. That dude's just all kinds of talented. But, like, he wrote that to be that way because it's one of those things, like you try and stack a game of Jenga. Well, you can't start on top. You can't start in the middle. You got to start at the bottom. So you have to do it a certain way and start a certain way to build up to where you're finally getting. And then Fox said, yeah, no, we don't like that. We're just going to do this because we want to do this. Good old studio interference.
Of course, Fox always interferes with everything. That's why they failed so badly.
Fantastic Four 1, Fantastic Four 2, Fantastic Four 3. Bet you didn't know there was a first one.
I know. Right. No one knew about that one.
And it's terrible.
Really bad. It's really bad.
I could take a mid-90s cell phone, a bunch of friends, and just like have a wild toucan write the script and do better.
Oh my god.
I mean, it was oh my god,
what is it? There's one thing I did not expect in the first episode.
What's that, man?
Because I thought when they had that guy that was after Simon, the
bed.
Yeah, I thought Jane took the offer, the money he was offering, and then you find out in the end, like, he didn't take the offer. Yeah. I was like, what the hell? They just tricked me into thinking that he did.
But if you go back and just watch that, there's also room for you to think, but wait, maybe he...
Yeah, I did take the offer. I don't know. I guess I'll just wait and see if there's any more details in the later episodes or anything.
Oh, man. Great moment in that first episode. That when everything it's reaching the climax towards the end and everything's going down and the federal guy's just like, I'll shoot her.
Yeah, he ends up shooting
takes care. He's just like, I ain't got
Kaylie.
time for this. And so just, I ain't got time for this. Ain't nobody got time for you. Tosses him out.
Oh my god.
And one of the creepiest lines when the Reavers show up. Well, what do they do if they catch you? Well, they'll rape you, they'll kill you, they'll eat you, then skin you and wear your skin. And if we're really lucky, they'll do it in that order. Like that's
I liked that line.
It sends a chill.
It was really good.
It sends a chill. Like once you actually see it, oh man. But the Reavers are just like insane.
It was funny how I also liked how Malcolm tricked Simon into thinking that Kaylie had died and feeling bad. That was really funny.
I laughed so hard because I got my sister to watch it and my brother-in-law, and I watched it with me and my brother-in-law are sitting there laughing. My sister's like, "That's not funny." I said,
"It is kind of fucked up, but
it's hilarious." But I have a weird, strange sense of humor, so I am by no means like, the zero like base level by no means.
Oh my god!
I mean, I grew up where sarcasm is your first language. English is your second language. Could I be sarcastic? No. So yeah. I would never. But like, the river reveal was really played out well, because like that commercial, because I watched it on TV when it first came, and that commercial, and you're like, what is that? What's going on? Because like, pretty much everybody's mind instantly goes to the bad,
Yeah.
that Simon is doing something bad, and it does not look good either.
Well,
Gotta admit, if it was you standing there and somebody did that and just saw that naked girl, they're like, it's not what it looks like.
I know, it's his sister.
And everybody around is like, you would say that if that is what it looks like. I'm not a pervert, I swear. First of all, your hand is on that child's genitals. Second of all, that's exactly what a pervert would say. Oh boy. And not again. What?
I could reason with Malcolm, thinking he was very suspicious of Simon because the way he came in to the ship and he looked suspicious.
Well, he plays a really good soldier mentality.
Yeah.
Because that's part of soldier mentality, is that like you're always aware. You have to, like, it's not really always like hard suspicion, but you always treat every situation, every encounter with a level of skepticism.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan Fillion just really lets that, he runs with it in the good direction.
Mm-hmm.
But you really see it in especially in that one, and in that part, and when he just generally interacts, like when he interacts with Badger,
mm-hmm.
and he knows how to step up the escalation just right, while being aware of everything going on around.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely like a chess player. He's definitely a chess player.
Yeah, I can see that.
And you got to give it up for Zoe, too, because I really like that. So, what are you going to do about it? Oh, I'm not going to do anything. I just want you to look this way so she could get behind you. Pop! Nothing beats a good old bar fight.
Oh yeah, in the second episode they had the bar fight.
Yeah,
that was really weird. Because it was like an unnecessary scene, but they did it anyway.
well, it just shows that strife that still happens between the Alliance people and the people who fought as browncoats.
Mm-hmm.
They're still like considered lower people.
Yeah.
It's like. It's like how people who march for equality for LGBTQ and African Americans and
mm-hmm.
Any kind of fringe, not certain fringes, Charlottesville, but like people who deserve equality and proper treatment.
Yeah,
and they're pretty much. That's the kind of treatment they get in that society they're in.
Yeah.
Like the message in that show is deep. And once you really start watching it, you're like, wow. He really starts like speaking to issues. But they're subtle enough to where you're like, oh, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I like to look really deep into these kinds of things and stuff. So,
well, you've seen the show
a lot.
This is like my first time seeing it. I'm just trying to see why everybody loves this show that only lasted one season.
Oh no, it didn't even last one season.
I mean,
there were supposed to be over 20 episodes, something like that.
Yeah, they said they only aired like
12 or so, and then 14 total were.
Yeah, they only aired a certain amount of the episodes, and Fox canceled it, and then there's 14 episodes in total, and they only aired
12.
Yeah, they only aired
the last two were on the DVD.
Yeah, it was canceled after the 11th episode, and it was 14 episodes produced it. So yeah, they only aired 11. It says on the Wikipedia.
This is what you get when you talk to not only a passionate sci-fi person, but writer, and wanting to like get into the job of making movies. Like it's one of my top favorite sci-fi shows. And it's so sad. Like once it all goes in and you think, oh, what could have been.
Yeah.
So, but at least we got the movie after.
Yeah. That didn't do so well either.
The movie, I thought it was great.
I haven't seen the movie.
Well, you gotta once you finish the show, we gotta cover the movie.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of doing too. My boyfriend said he saw the movie, but he never saw the TV show. He just saw the movie.
See, that's where a lot of the bad reviews come from. Because if you just watch the movie,
he said he enjoyed it.
Those characters. Really?
Yeah, he said
a lot of people are just like, I didn't understand the character. I couldn't relate. It's like, you didn't see the show then. But they didn't grow in a place in your heart there.
He said that's why he went to go watch the TV show with me, because he said he was kind of lost in the movie. So now he's watching it backwards.
What did he think? What did he think of it?
He likes the first 2 episodes so far.
All right, we might have us another brown coat. Yeah, I like how Jane character's pretty standoffish. I like how him and Mal kind of like clash, but then again, whenever Mal looks at him and says, "You walk away from this table right now," what happens?
Oh my god! It was
sure he pitched that little fit, but he got up, and walked away.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, inappropriate comments. Come on. Have a social grace of a moth right next to a light bulb, and I know that's inappropriate.
I think it's to be the summary for the second episode.
There we go.
It says the Serenity Crew is said into pulling a train robbery. I'm not sure I said that word right. When they discover the stolen cargo is actually medicine intended for the refugees, they're forced to evaluate their priorities. That's it.
That one's okay, because see, the first one though is like so much fleshing out. So
yeah,
that's where you're like, wow, that summary really kind of dropped the ball there. But on the second one, that one's good. I mean, it's
yeah, I think because I think the first one was just a lot going on, and it's just they're not gonna bother describing everything that goes on in the episode.
It's like, give me a 1-sentence summary of Avengers Endgame. Really?
Yeah.
I am Groot? I don't know.
But yeah,
enough.
You know what's funny? I mean, the second episode where they throw the guy into the propeller.
Oh, I love that, man. Oh, yeah.
I love that, too.
You will send to my funeral. We will hunt you down. Oh, man. Too bad.
Yeah.
Here's Niska's money. Yeah, better for everybody.
I don't know, but like the bad guys get like dumped on like nothing. Like it's just like because
wait till the cattle episode.
This is funny. Like the first episode, the guy gets shot. Like Malcolm just shoots him as soon as he keeps talking, and it's like you talk too much. Wow.
Yup. Whenever you talk too much.
Yeah, like no slack whatsoever. You just go straight to the point and kill the person.
I love that. It's like it's one of my other favorite examples of that is Fifth Element, when the guys are holding the cruise ship hostage, and Bruce Willis's character just walks in, pop, headshot to the leader. It's like they all like dissolve if the leader gets killed.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that movie.
I took care of it.
I did see that movie.
I love that movie. Big bada boom. Dude, Mila Jovovich is hot.
Oh yeah, she is. I could agree with that.
She's beautiful. But I like that. I like that tactic. As long as it's not overdone, I like that in movies. And Mal's gotten to do it a couple of times so far. So,
yeah,
and you gotta admit, he's brave.
And I do like Chris Tucker in that movie. He does a well done job. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was just like, what in the world.
Yeah, what in the world is he doing?
The whole confrontation thing comes up, and the shootout and everything, and you see him, and you're like, "Oh, now I get it." And watching Bruce Willis play off of that, it's like, because he was really actually annoyed in real life by that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy gets annoyed whenever someone goes, "Die hard." He is quoted as saying, "I hate them the most. Dude, they gave you your career." Yeah, you were great in moonlighting and all that, but Die Hard made you. Like, it put the stairs in front of you. So,
yeah.
Still a Bruce Willis fan. He's a dick, but I'm a...
Oh. Yeah. What else is...
Kaylie. We haven't talked any about Kaylie's character.
I know. I mean, we did see... we saw her get shot in the first episode, and...
Yeah, and then she sounds like she's having an orgasm when the bullet wound hurts.
Yeah, you know what's messed up? And then I forgot who was arguing as she's dying. It's like, come on, she's fucking dying. You arguing?
It was Simon and Mal.
Yeah, they were arguing at each other. It's like, this woman is dying in front of you guys, and you're just like arguing? Come on, that just sounds real fucked up.
Simon the doctor is like, "If you don't run, I'm not treating her." And Mal's like, "Treat her or I'll kill you." It's like, "You kill me, I won't be able to treat her." It's like, oh my gosh, man. I haven't seen this much circle talk since I've watched like a Democrat and a Republican try and argue something. Come on, man.
That scene did get me pissed off a little bit, because it's like the woman is dying and you guys are arguing. Come on now.
Who was it? Who finally talked reason? Which one was it that was finally like, "What the hell are y'all doing?"
I think it was Zoe.
Was it Zoe or Wash?
I don't know. I forgot.
It's one of those. One of those other ones. No. But like she's got that country naivety, but yeah, she's a cool. I would totally hang out with her, man. I would totally hang out with her. She would be fun to hang out.
Mm-hmm. She's
like that bubbly brat. She reminds me of my wife a lot. Like the way she acts, and she's like, she just happy.
Yeah, I noticed
just the right amount of naivety and like, caring and all that. She reminds me of my wife a lot.
It was funny how Kaylie was like so high, and like she got drugged by because she was when they drugged her with the medicine. Yeah.
When she's getting treated.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like, wow, man. Did you go to the dentist like just a second ago?
She was high for like a long time.
Well, I was rewatching it and I was like, this reminds me of those post dental surgery videos on YouTube. Am I even alive right now?
Yeah, she was like high for like hours. I'm like, geez.
I don't know if you've ever had to have anything where you had to have morphine.
No, I never had that experience.
Boy, oh boy, that is a pretty accurate depiction.
Okay.
I had to have epidural blocks put in my back, and yeah, I was pretty happy. And I couldn't be out for it. And, yeah, I was sitting there making all the female interns, because I had interns watching the procedure, and backless gown, they could see my butt, because he was running a long needle down my spine, dropping medicine. And I'm like, yeah, check out that butt. I promise, if you could see it, I have no butt. I promise, if you could see it, you would fall in love with it. I know you can't find it, but trust me, it's there. Blushing. Just
oh my god! People listening to this will probably be laughing.
oh man, I hope so. It was great. It was great. Because like, I remember all of it. I knew what I was doing, but I had fun with it. I took it and ran. I Forrest Gump ran it. Ran it. English, man. Ran with it.
Yeah, ran with it.
I loved it. I was like, hey guys, don't worry. I know y'all want to. It's okay to look. Like,
Oh,
oh no, the doctor starts like, is it in yet? Because, interns, man, they got it tough. So I was like, I'm going to lighten the mood. Apparently, I put on a comedy show.
You seem to do that already.
Play me out, Johnny. Hey, man, I've dealt with a lot of crap. So humor is my go-to. It is my armor.
Go ahead.
So, all right. So the big twist in the second episode, they do the right thing.
Yeah,
when you're watching that, like, what? Because okay, first the story build up.
Go ahead.
Like that when they give the they reveal the big why the whole thing of what they took was important.
Yeah, because the medicine was for
the medicine.
Was for the people who were working in the mines, I think.
The big thing is that every terraform, because they have terraforming technology.
Yeah.
Every terraformed planet, whenever you do it, it tends to have its own like little problems.
Yeah, and some people get sick because they're not used to the planet's atmosphere or ecosystem.
Yeah, one of the problems with that planet is it gives you a degenerative neurological illness. Yeah. And you don't even have to work in the mine, just you live there. It's something that is created from the planet because of the terraform.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's kind of like ALS type thing, tremors, cognitive, things like that, motor functions. Yeah, and so like it turned out they were taking the medicine. Like what when that whole thing came up, did you know they would do the right thing?
I was figuring they would do the right thing because they did the right thing in the first episode.
Right.
I kind of saw it coming for the second one. Because I know Malcolm X is a dick sometimes, but he's have a heart. Yeah.
That's one thing about being a leader that people don't realize. You look at him and you go, man, that guy's a dick. Fuck that guy. But you're like, but a real leader, a good leader, you don't realize he's looking at it. He's a leader because he can think ahead. He's a leader because it's not just like being strong and confident. It's about you look ahead, you plan ahead, you try and see not just ahead for yourself, but you have to see ahead for everybody else that you're with. And he's just trying to do what he thinks is best. Yeah. It may not be the right thing, but he's trying.
And
I gotta give a call out to Anara for the scene on picking him up out of the police station.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
That was awesome.
I don't know, but it seemed like Nara she's like the only character that calms Malcolm's dick attitude down. She calms his dick down, literally.
You put that dick down, sir, and think about what you've done.
Exactly.
I'm taking this away. You'll get it back when you learn how to behave.
Leave it to the prostitutes to know how to calm that down.
Anara and Zoe are like two really strong female characters.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, they really are.
Mm-hmm.
And the two actresses, they really portrayed great, strong female characters.
Yeah.
And well, Wash is just Wash. It's like me. You look at him and you go, I don't know what to do with that guy. My answer is, nobody does. I go with the Riddick philosophy. There were more? Lady, they don't even know what to do with one of me. And I love the speech at the end, when the whole thing gets settled.
Yeah.
They get caught returning the medicine. I love the speech because it really spoke to the character of that the crew. They're kind of like a anti-hero, neutral good kind of thing. For all my D&D people out there, hello. Kind of go on the neutral good area. They'll make a bug breaking the law, but they got their line.
Yeah.
So Jane is pretty much the only one that is like, you're kind of like, yeah, he might, if somebody's back was turned long enough, he might would do something questionable.
Yeah.
That's the one you got to keep an eye on.
What, Jane? You got to keep your eye on?
Oh yeah, man. Jane's he's great for muscle and stuff and intimidation and all that. But he's also that guy that you have to kind of keep an eye on. You have to be very careful and specific about the orders you give him. Like for example, with the Fed, it's like, don't like actually hurt him, just scare him. Yeah. You gotta kind of be very careful. So, but I do like, oh man, I was gonna get near. I would hate to be sitting there, somebody walk in, I was gonna get near too. Whoa, wait a second.
Oh man.
The Niska character. You get ultimate in the bad guy portrayal. He kills his sister or his wife's nephew. Mm-hmm. And his only reply is, "Oh, I'm gonna get an earful of dinner. Nothing I can do about that." Wow! Like, did I just walk into a freezer?
It was weird that, like, in the first episode, that they have dinner with these people that, like, they'd never met before. So it's just like weird that they had.
You talk about like after everybody gets in and they cook the dinner and they all kind of...
Yeah, it's like, you don't know these people yet. You're having dinner with them.
Yeah, but also you have to remember, you're going to be on a spaceship with these people for a while. Like, it seems fast, but those journeys of the planets, like I told you before, I played the tabletop role-playing game. Mm-hmm. And, it would just be like going to a school or something, a dorm, a small dorm build, like a small shared space between like 8 or 9 students. You're gonna be there for a while. Yeah. You're gonna have to get close to them, because y'all are gonna be in a closed space. There sure ain't nowhere to go outside. Because it's all black and cold emptiness. So, yeah. And plus, think about living in space for long, long stretches. You don't get fresh food. Yeah. You get dehydrated, powdered food. And this guy's like, oh, look, I've got vegetable. I've got all this. So, yeah, that's kind of like a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like you've been in jail for 25 or in prison for 25 years. Mm-hmm. Would you like a piece of chocolate cake? It's kind of, So, yeah.
I get that.
I thought it was pretty cool. Plus it kind of plays into the Chinese.
Yeah.
Of getting to know people.
And that was funny when Jane got kicked out of the dinner.
I love that, dude. All because she gets all lubed up. Wishes he was a gynecologist. Jade, walk away from this table.
Yeah, you gotta eat by yourself.
You don't pay me to talk pretty. Oh, no. I'm gonna teach you what the chain of command is. It's the rotten chain I go and beat you until you realize who's in command. That was great, dude. Simon, do it. You get all wobbly and floaty. After he got shot, he's like, I'm in charge. Since when? I would not trust that dude to lead a pack of cats to a dumpster, much less lead a ship crew. Only reason I trust him to use a gun is because, well, he can, apparently. Mm-hmm. How he managed to like gather up that much intelligence, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something's really off with him. The River character, like, she's really background right now,
Mm-hmm.
but she's you're gonna get some really good stuff from her. And the whole Jane doesn't like Simon and River thing,
Okay.
it gets you some gold because you can tell already. Of course, he hates.
I haven't seen the third episode yet.
Well, like for example, like through the first and second episode, he's like, the only reason the train job before he's going and jumping on the train, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's only keeping them here as a card. But I mean, he's not smart enough to be able to keep his thoughts to himself, but he just kind of like says it out loud. It's like those are things you're supposed to say internally. But it was like he's only keeping them around for like a card to play or something,
Mm-hmm.
Why are you here? Yeah, he's pretty down on him from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it gets pretty funny.
You're right.
I watched some of the third episode earlier because I was just kind of sitting down taking a break because it gets hot here, and I was in a house with no air conditioning.
So you say you want to take a break, you said?
No, I was saying, I watched the third one
Oh.
because I was waiting to take a break, cool down, get a shower, and then so we could record.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to finish watching the second one because I kind of fell asleep watching it last night because I was tired.
I get it. I mean, the first episode is long.
It is. God, it is. But it does have an ultimate payoff in the end. It does.
Yeah, it does have a payoff because the first part was really rough to get through, but then it got easier in the second half.
Well, a lot of people aren't. I swear I can English. I had English, but it got away. Most people aren't used to a story being fleshed out, though. They're used to get to know the character. Then you can
never get that in the first episode. You get that.
You just
in the
you get tossed into confusion.
Yeah.
But that's what that war was. War is confusion.
Yeah.
And if you stick to it, it works. But if you bail out, then it doesn't work. But like, it's just the way it was laid out is just most people aren't used to that. It's like people watching Memento or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I didn't see that movie.
Unique. You haven't seen Eternal Sunshine?
Nope. I know a lot of people talked about it, but I have not seen it.
Jim Carrey does drama. And I mean, he just like does drama. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. I love his comedy, but that movie it was like that perfect moment when, someone just slips into a role or they start playing a song and it just like naturally goes together.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Kate Winslet, man, damn, that movie. But he just kind of like went a different direction. That's one of the reasons they got aired out of order too, is people were like, well, the executives were like, they didn't really actually watch it all the way through anyway, but they were like, we don't understand this. So, we don't understand, therefore bad. Well, just because you don't get it doesn't mean other people.
Exactly.
There are people that are smarter than you, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about Fox. It's just like they try to make like, because I have one of my co-hosts that I used to have. He said that he didn't like Fox because they would like dumb down the TV shows or the movies that they come out with. Like they would interfere.
Have you ever seen the movie Airplane?
The what movie?
Airplane.
No.
Leslie Nielsen, and it's a comedy. Or the Naked Gun movies.
No, I don't think I haven't seen any of
Okay,
those.
Leslie Nielsen is a great comedian. Deadpan delivery of some of the funniest stuff. And he had a show where he played a detective. It was kind of like, it was a very witty jab at like Mission Impossible that was on TV, you know, the spy stuff.
Hmm.
But he was a detective,
Yeah.
and it was just nonstop. And people were like, "Well, people won't understand it." Everybody who watched it loved it. Well, people don't understand it, so they canceled it.
Yeah.
And it was one of the funniest shows of that, you know, the satire comedy show of that time.
Hmm.
It's still hilarious today. And it's just like, that's one thing. Like, and you see it so much now. It's the dumbing down because they think people won't get it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they dumbed down. I think that's why X-Men suffered, because they tried to dumb it down so many times and just ruined it.
Just do everybody a favor. Stop trying to sell or tell the Dark Phoenix saga.
Oh yeah, they fucked it up twice.
You can't do it. Dude, they didn't just fuck it up twice. They didn't just fuck it up twice. They fucked it up the first time. Then they went to do it the second time, fucking it up again while therefore desecrating the grave of the first time they messed it up. And then when they did that, they just said, you know what, for shits and giggles, let's just go desecrate the grave of the second time too. Like,
it's like they gave it the same, like, almost the same plot. I'm like, didn't you learn the first time? Like, come on.
Man, just stop. Stop.
Fox is the worst.
Hey, can we get the dad from Old Yeller here? We need some mercy. I grant you mercy. Oh man. Can we get some mercy killings over here? Party of how many executives at Fox, please?
Thank God Fox is gone.
Oh man, Disney is. But they need to get their shit together with Star Wars.
I like the Star Wars movies so far.
I do too. But I like pretty much all of them. But come on, pick a direction. Let's get there.
Yeah.
You're getting past teenage years. You're getting past teenage years. Find yourself, find your path. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, it's you can do it. You like they could make this not only like spectacular, but like extraordinary in the most epic ways.
Yeah.
They come on. It's in those movies. Just get your foot. Because if they don't, it's just going to go downhill.
Mm-hmm.
And but I mean, I went to theaters and saw Return of the Jedi. I was a baby.
I didn't see any of the Star Wars movies in the theaters. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm kind of old. My mom just shut me up when I was a baby, when I was crying. Car rides didn't work. Songs didn't work. She put on Star Wars, I would shut up. Like, I was a nerd from the start. I'm surprised I wasn't born with a wedgie. But like, it's always and the books. Love the books. I didn't get to read a whole lot of them. Read a good bit of the comics. So like, I'm a big Star Wars guy.
Yeah,
and I don't care what anybody says. I actually no, it was not necessary, but I did like the Han Solo.
I did like it too.
I liked it. Was it necessary? No. Did they need to explain everything? No. I don't care. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Disney, like, they own vast majority of the highest grossing box office releases.
Of course. I mean, they own Avatar now, so.
They own everything. They own MCU. They own Star Wars. They own Avatar, which they're slated for like 4 more or some shit, which I haven't even watched the first one.
I mean, now they own Alien and Predator as well, so I don't know how. I wonder how they're gonna work that out too.
I don't know, but they cannot mess it up any worse than I don't know. They didn't have something to do with the Predator.
No, because that was Fox. Fox was still. I mean, that
I should have known. Their fingerprints are all over it.
Yeah, Fox owns Predator and Alien, so when Disney bought them, they now own them. But when that movie came out, it was in the process of they were still processing the ownership. So that was.
Here's what.
Go ahead.
Here's what they need to realize. There's a difference between a nod and milking something. You can give a nod to the old thing that it was, the old Predator movies, etc. But then they don't do that. They milk it.
Of course. They need their money.
MCU. MCU will throw little things in the background or like signs or whatever, That's a nod. Predator was just an entire movie milking the original Predator. That's it.
I haven't seen
Character develop. Who needs it?
I didn't see the recent Predator movie.
I mean, if you don't mind losing a few brain cells, caution, you may go into a coma. It has a person with Alzheimer's dementia could cobble something together that makes more sense than how these, there's no character consistent.
Okay.
None. Oh wow, everybody liked it when it happened in the first movie, so we'll just throw that in there too. Shoehorn it in, what the?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was fan service done in every way wrong.
Okay.
It's like, I always wanted this, but not like this. Not like this. Yeah. I love fan service. Man, I do. But, come on, man. Y'all are being like the guy in the club talking to all the girls and just kind of like looking around, waiting for that moment for them to look away because you always have one hand closed. You know that guy is up to no good. Like, that's the fan service vibe we're getting from you guys that y'all are giving out. It's creepy, it's rapey, and stop.
Wow.
What can I say? I have a lot of opinions when it comes to movies and stuff. I don't know. I think I might like them a lot. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see what Disney does with those franchises, I guess.
Well, alright, to explain my love and how it kind of got there, one of my favorite quotes. Do you know who Kevin Smith is? Yeah,
of course. Who doesn't know who Kevin Smith is?
You are now officially a friend. Dude's my hero, man.
Oh.
Dude is my hero. Everybody's like, he can't act. Man, that dude will not shut up. He gets on camera, he says nothing. That dude is one of the best actors ever.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I listen to some of his podcast stuff and everything. But he tells a story about how he was like, he would watch, when he was young, he would watch TV and stuff. He'd be like, I wish I could do that. His sister's just like, well, why don't you just write a story and do it?
Mm-hmm.
And he says it dawned on him, oh my God, I could totally do that. And then once you start thinking about that, because I've been writing since I was 10.
Okay. That's interesting.
And, poems, short stories, things like that. And stories and whatnot, music. But he realized I could totally do that and make a world, and sat down and started typing. He typed Clerks. He wrote Clerks, on an old typewriter working at the Quick Stop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, if some fat dude from Jersey with his friend who does nothing but tell dick and fart jokes to make movies and have fun, or someone like Adam Sandler
Mm-hmm.
can make movies, have fun with his friends, and, you know, tell stories and enjoy it and stuff, why can't anybody? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and when people have that passion about it, then that's another thing that things are missing these days. That passion.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, well, you know, let's say you make something at a company and this man, he's best at it. It's like, you know, you could run this company. Yeah, I could. I know. But that's not what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about making this, not overseeing workers, making. That's passion.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh yeah, I could be the head of this place. But that's not my passion. My passion is, you know, making this or you know, putting this, whatever it is. And that's something missing a lot.
You know, Fox definitely doesn't do passion. They just do corporate money making.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see, and as you watch, even in the first 2 episodes of Firefly, you can see it's like not that standard, you know, cycle of storytelling.
Yeah.
Recently, I started rewatching Friends from beginning to end with my wife. I grew up, you know, 90s. I was young and into my teens. So it was huge.
Yeah.
And
I know it was
you just kind of watch it, and you kind of start watching it, and you're like, wow, it's just like really same thing over and over.
It is.
And then you have the little twists in there. That's what you stay for. You know?
Yeah.
You eat the beginning of a calzone. You eat the beginning part that's mostly bread just so you can get to that, you know, inside part that's really good. But it's just, I don't know, man. But one thing about Firefly is he really just kind of took that story, told it in not only a unique way, but a very personal, and the characters seem. There's a dialogue technique when you're writing a script.
Yeah.
You get rid of all the fluff.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, does the dialogue move the script ahead, tell a story, or does it shed light on a character, or does it, you know, if it doesn't have purpose, you don't need it.
Yeah.
That's really important to like indie people who are just kind of like wanting to make their own little movie and all that.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't, and even there are some people who can write stories and write script where even if it's not needed, it can be that script fluff, but you don't feel like they're padding the runtime.
Yeah.
And most people can't pull it off. They seem to think they can, but they can't.
Okay.
But everything, you know, one thing is like characters you should be able to, even if they stray, you should be able to see and understand their consistency.
Yeah.
And the way it's like role-playing games, like D&D. If you're running a game, you know, if you really want to make a world, you make a world.
Mm-hmm.
And every character they encounter and talk to and interact, you come up with that, like that person is alive. You like if they ask you a question, you should be able to make that person alive.
Yeah.
And they have to do that just words. Script writers and movie makers and TV show makers, you get an extra bonus. You get like pictures to do it with. Sometimes fluff can be good. Yeah. But you know, most of the time it's like, wow, is that really even necessary? One YouTube channel I really like is called Cinema Sin. I don't know if you've ever seen
yeah, I've watched a couple of things there.
that dude is he's hilarious. Just about everything. Oh, narration. And you watch him I watch him as a writer and stuff. It's like, yeah, he really like some of his stuff. He just makes jokes and stuff. But then some of it, you're like, he really makes you see how much these things are relied on. When it's like, why don't, dude, they're giving you millions of dollars to just dream.
Yeah.
You have grown adults willing to play pretend on your $1 million spending dream. Go big or go home. It's like if you were God, what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna make a little aquarium, like a 12-gallon aquarium. Is that what you're gonna do? You get to create the universe. That you have all this power. Oh, I'm gonna make a little goldfish bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you don't. Get out. Go. No talking. Go.
Mm-hmm.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, I understand it some, and Firefly does use some of the kind of reliance, but it also has a sense of humor about itself too.
Yeah, it does have a sense. It does have
you gotta love that.
The humor in the show does have that. I noticed one character we didn't talk about much was the Daryl Book, the Sheppard, Ron Glass's character.
Oh, the Sheppard, yes.
Yeah.
He is the ultimate man of faith in existential crisis.
I noticed he's like the peacemaker. Like he makes.
Oh, absolutely. But there's more to him than meets the eye, as I'm sure you noticed. He was able to take that Fed guy down pretty quick, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
And he did not break a sweat.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, he just like straight up Chuck Norris the crap.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Like some old guy doing that. What?
Here's the thing, man. Never underestimate anybody.
Yeah.
The guy who's trying to get out of the fight, there could be a reason, and it may not be because he's scared. There's a chance it could be because he knows if he gets in a fight, it may not go well for you.
Yep.
Like, never, ever underestimate.
Yeah.
Two key things to assure loss: invade Russia in the winter, and underestimate your opponent.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, he's got like this, Ron Glass like perfected the quiet presence.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to say much of anything.
Yeah.
But a lot is said in that one or two sentences.
You're right. He is like that kind of guy.
And it's sad, man. He passed away several years ago.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on his IMDb that he had passed away.
Yeah. He'd been acting for a long time. He also appeared on Eureka, so did the chick that played Kaylie, and the guy who plays Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, he died in 2016. That was recently. I mean, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's recent.
I wish that.
Yeah.
But he really, like... You could tell in his face that this character's barely holding it together.
Yeah.
But yet, he's still, not in a pompous way, but in a humbled way. He's like, I'm in way over my head, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And that's another reason I like that scene with him and Inara in the first episode where he bows his head and she puts her hand on his head saying, sometimes you don't always have the answer, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's what that scene is just like. It's the same thing as when you hear, which I'm not religious at all, but I do love some of the ideas of the stories. Jesus washing the poor people's feet.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that scene was in that universe. It's like the person who is supposed to have the answers and be able to handle the world has to go to somebody that would, at least in the viewer's eyes, it's kind of a fourth wall break, subtly, but in the viewer's eyes, in our world, they would be considered a lower person.
Mm-hmm.
But he bows to her knowledge and understanding that outweigh where he currently is in his journey.
Yeah. And the second episode, I don't know, but Malcolm and Zoe was not pulling that guy with because he said that he's like they were like pretending they were husband and wife.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like you guys are not really fooling him.
Oh, just wait. They get another one together, and it's like weird. They make everybody around them uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's hilarious. But like you can tell, man, like that, and that's how like war buddies are. And there's something there, and someone on the outside doesn't understand it, but there's something there. When you've been through something like that together, you've been through a hard time like that, war, or whatever, big kind of traumatic event. There's a bond there.
There is a bond there. You're right.
Yeah, and they just like they have the perfect showing of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you gotta appreciate. Yeah. And of course, you got the husband who's like, "Wait a second, what about me?" It's like, dude, come on, man.
And wash.
Get a little more self-confidence. You should know better. But he does own up to his own inadequacy.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, look, I'm stupid. I get it. I'm the same. I'm that person, too. It's like, yeah, I know, I'm dumb. Thank you for staying with me, baby. Like, I'm serious. We have those conversations.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah.
That's funny.
You're the better part of me. Don't leave me.
Man.
So, like, it's just kind of like, yeah. Just because I say stupid things doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
Don't go. Just stay. But, yeah. Simon. Hadn't talked about Simon really either.
Yeah.
And by the way, that suit and the shades he's wearing when he first comes up, that is on point. I want that outfit. Dude, I want that outfit.
He's wearing
the
a
red
suit.
Circular shades. Oh, yes. With that vest and the suit, three-piece suit. I want that. Gimme. Now, I'll pick Mal's jacket over that, but still, that was sharp.
He looked like Cyclops with those shades.
Yeah, he kind of did. He kind of had that little, I'm the old West Cyclops. The OK Corral would have gone down very different.
Yeah.
Well, unless he pissed off the Fox executives and they just would have killed him off screen again.
Oh, yeah. I know Fox hit that.
Not appearing in this movie, he now take his place, floating red shades. I really wasn't even mad at them about that. I was like, all right, that was kind of boss. Because he was trying to get out of it to go do something else, and they were like, all right, cool, you want out? You're out.
Yeah, they did go out quickly.
Like, you want out? fine. We're going to go soap opera on you. We're going to kill you in the stupidest way.
Yeah.
And what's the stupidest way? And the most insulting? Off screen.
Yeah.
That's why you never piss off the writer. Never. Just remember, the writers are your characters' overlords.
Yeah.
Be kind to writers, and they appreciate it. Trust me. Show writers love, they will show you love back. Because people watch that stuff, and they're like, they think, oh, the actors are so good, the director is so good, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they never think about the writer as...
How often do they think about the writing teams that go in there, that spend...
Not much.
Week, a week to write a 30, 45-minute episode and work, late hours and stuff like that. And I'm talking about good shows, like not call it in episodes like most of TV.
Yeah.
But, you get good shows, and there are going to be insert examples here. I could have had some, I swear. But were they, like, actually really... Rick and Morty, there you go. Great.
Okay, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
I think, to me, Hannibal is, like, one of the great shows I've seen.
It was good.
I loved it.
It edged towards greatness, but they should have. There's more. I think they should have used more subtlety. Like they should have. Like they built on the character pretty decently, and they showed his apathy and psychopathic and sociopathic tendencies. But I really think if they would have fleshed out, like, toned down some of the more, gruesome stuff. Fleshed a little more out on the character.
They should never tone on that. I love the gruesomeness. I'm totally fine with that.
To me, though, like, personally, everybody's got their own taste. If you tone it down and you flesh out the character, it makes those moments that are gruesome even better. Like the Hannibal movie, one scene in that movie was good. One set is when he's talking to the guy and he's like, do you know about your family? And then hangs him out the window. Because the way that scene, the rest of that movie was a disappointment. But that scene is a perfect build of showing character, fleshing out a character, building suspense, and delivering one gruesome shot. But because of all that build-up that you did properly, it really makes that gruesome shot. Like, you could be gruesome all day. Human Centipede. You could be gruesome all day. But if you're gruesome with thought, like when the first Saw came out,
yeah, that was gruesome.
That really lands. That really forces you, because just gruesome, you can like separate yourself. But gruesome with a character connection, our minds, it really lands. So, and going back to Firefly, you kind of have that disconnect at first, but then it grows strong. Hey, my Dr. Pepper was found. I was trying to find my Dr. Pepper. I didn't know where it was. I guess I left it in the living room when I packed up everything. I was like grabbing everything, trying to get everything to go. Yeah. What can I say? I crammed studied. I am like a king procrastinator. I try not to be.
Well, you seem
Stick with what you're good at.
You seem to know about Firefly more than I don't know. I'm just saying,
people.
I guess, I think you know more about Firefly than most people.
I mean, I get into a show or a movie or a director or something like that. I just, like, people in love, they're the ones that taught me about character telling, like, story building. Like, most people movie entertainment. I go and watch a movie.
No?
So hopefully I'll be working on a movie
Yeah.
directing it, and we're kind of co-writing it. But like, so it's like Quentin Tarantino says, it's like you find something you love, you watch other people who love it do it too,
Yeah.
and then you take all that you learn and you put your spin on it.
Yeah. That's pretty much
Like
it.
that's what that position is all about. That's what being a playwright or
Well, that's how you
a
gain
writer is all
influence.
about. Oh yeah, like everything is just another story or parts of other stories just reconstructed through somebody else.
Yes, that's what it is. That's why I hate the conversation when people think that that to me, I mean, nothing's original. Everybody doesn't. I hate when people don't realize that nothing is really original.
That's where people are messing up. They're trying to say, well, we need something original. No, you need to realize, you may be hearing the same thing, but you're seeing it through somebody else's eyes.
Yeah.
You could sit down 5 people and say, okay, this is the general baseline of the story you're going to tell. Have one person sit there and listen to all their stories.
Yeah.
And there will be overlap.
Yeah.
But each one will be seen different. It's like being able to jump from person to person and see a car crash through the driver's eyes, through a witness's eyes, through the eyes of the other driver, and somebody standing on top. It's a way to see the same things different. As long as, they're not just, doing a psycho shop.
Yeah, straight up copy.
Why? Why? Nope. Wanted it. No. Sit down and think about what you've done. Like, what?
Hello?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, because I know this sometimes goes down.
No worries. But yeah, people are looking at you're just hearing the same stories, but nobody, it's like why eyewitness testimony is notoriously unreliable.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to see the same.
Yeah.
5 people seeing it or 1,000 people seeing it. Nobody's going to see it the same. So, I mean, and yeah, people do come up with original concepts to go with the other idea.
Yeah.
But everybody's life is original. Nobody's life.
Yeah, nobody's life is original.
It may be different period, but life is just a repeat of the same things over and over, and history repeats itself. Jeez,
Yeah.
there's a saying about it, So, come on, man. Sure, man, one of my favorite writers, Edgar Allan Poe, when I read it, and it's my try.
Mm-hmm.
But, and it's a really good writing exercise for people who are wanting to get into writing. Don't be afraid to film yourself. Don't be afraid to write stupid little shorts and monologues and practice them. If people make fun of you, screw them.
Yeah.
Then you don't need to be around them. But we don't need remakes of everything.
Yeah.
As for a live action Mulan.
What about the live action Mulan?
They're doing a live action Mulan.
Yeah, I know. They are.
Technically, the side that Mulan's on are the bad guys, because it was it was right before the fall of that empire, and the royalty so lavish and lower class, and the Huns were technically the majority, and the royalty was the minority leader.
Yeah.
And they were making the majority of the Hun ethnic group lower class.
Yeah.
So technically, the princess here of Mulan is a bad guy.
Well, I didn't see Mulan, so I don't know anything about it.
I have a brother who, he was that age and he was watching this, and I was like, I don't know, like 17 or so. So I watched Mom and all that with him.
Yeah.
I think I love that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, I love this. You do realize that my wife says, you gotta stop ruining stuff for me all the time. Like, but it's interesting.
Oh, man.
You ever seen Adam Ruins Everything?
I've seen some things. I've seen some.
I kind of do that. Like, not quite like that, but I don't pop up in people's houses just randomly. At least not on purpose. Or so I say. No, I'm just kidding. But, somebody will say something about, oh, by the way, and I'm like, oh, God. Like, I can't help it. There's not an off switch. I don't mean to do it. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You're making these silences really uncomfortable.
What? No, I'm trying to hear you because the connection goes up and down.
There we go. Screw that. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, because the connection keeps going in and out.
That's what my wife just came in here and told me, and I'm like, oh crap. That's why I wanted to use the computer.
Yeah, the computer's always much better than the phone.
I know. I'm on a tablet. I got some like little clip mics. I might just use those next time because they're pretty good. They're sensitive. So,
yeah. So, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about in the first episodes.
So, what did you do today? You hang up. No, you hang up.
So yeah,
I just got uncomfortable. That's my cue.
So yeah, I think.
All right. So how many are we watching before we like reconvene?
To what? To do the next episode?
Yes.
I think we just watched 2 episodes for each podcast.
2 for each go? All right,
yeah.
Cool. That sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it.
All right. Because basically, if you just like let me know a couple of days before you're ready, because that way I can rewatch it. I'll rewatch them just so I can have it fresh.
Yeah, of course I'll do that.
And, so, all right, man. Until we meet again, so.
Yes, so I hope everyone enjoyed this discussion of the first episode of Firefly. So
if you stuck around to the end, you're a trooper, sir.
Yes. So,
it was a roller coaster ride of epic proportions.
So tune in next episode for the next 2 episodes of Firefly. Next 2 episodes we're going to be discussing is Bushwhacked and Shindig. I think that's what it says.
Shindig is a good one.
I gotta check those.
Shindig is a good one.
I can't wait to see those 2.
Long live the brown coats. All right, man. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, so...
Night, everybody.
Good night. End the show now.